Imagine this. You're home alone, maybe just reaching for something on a high shelf, and suddenly you feel a bit dizzy. Your legs give out and you're on the floor. You're okay, but you can't quite reach your phone. What happens next? For most seniors, this is a terrifying thought. But what if I told you that your smartphone, the one you probably carry every day, could silently call for help without you even touching it? Most folks over 60 have this life-saving feature, but it's often switched off by default. Could a simple change in your phone settings be the difference between getting quick help and waiting hours? Stay with us because we're going to show you how to turn this crucial feature on right now. Welcome back to Senior Tech Guide. Today, we're diving into a powerful feature on your smartphone called Emergency SOS. This isn't just about calling 911. It's about having a silent guardian with you wherever you go. Think of it as your phone's built-in safety net. It can automatically alert emergency services and even your trusted family members when you need it most. Why is this so important, especially for us seniors? Well, falls are a big concern, and sometimes, in an emergency, you might not be able to speak or even reach your phone. Emergency SOS is designed for those exact moments. It gives you peace of mind, knowing that if something happens, help can be on its way. Now, whether you have an iPhone or an Android phone, like a Samsung, a Google Pixel, or an LG, the steps are very similar. We'll show you both so no one gets left out. Don't worry, we'll go slowly, step by step. Let's start with iPhones. First, you need to find your Settings app. It usually looks like a little gear or cogwheel. Tap on that. Once you're in Settings, you'll want to scroll down a bit until you see Emergency SOS. It's often grouped with other safety features. Tap on Emergency SOS. You'll see a screen here with a few options. We're looking for the one that says Call with Hold or Call with 5 presses. The Call with Hold feature means if you press and hold the side button and one of the volume buttons, your phone will start a countdown and then call emergency services. This is great if you can't reach the screen. Or, if you prefer, Call with 5 presses means rapidly pressing the side button 5 times. This can be easier to remember in a panic. Make sure whichever method you prefer is turned on. You'll see a little toggle switch next to it. Tap it until it turns green. Next, and this is crucial, you want to set up your emergency contacts. These are the people your phone will notify after it calls 911. Think of your children, a trusted neighbor, or close friend. Tap on Set up Emergency Contacts in Health. This will take you to the Health app. Don't worry, we're just adding names. Scroll down and tap Add Emergency Contact. You can then select people from your contact list. Add at least 2 people you trust. While you're here, it's a great idea to fill out your medical ID. This can include important information like allergies, medications you take, and any medical conditions. First responders can access this information even if your phone is locked. Tap Edit in the top right and then fill in what you're comfortable sharing. Remember to tap Done when you're finished. Now, for our Android users, just like with iPhone, we're going to start in Settings. Your Settings app looks like a gear icon, usually gray. Once in Settings, you'll need to look for Safety and Emergency, or sometimes just Emergency. It might be under a broader category like Security or About Phone on older models. Take your time scrolling. Tap on Safety and Emergency. Here, you'll find the options we need. Inside Safety and Emergency, look for Emergency SOS or SOS Messages. Tap on that. You'll see a toggle switch here. Make sure it's turned on. It might say Send SOS Messages or similar. Tap it so it's blue or green. Often, Android phones allow you to press the power button rapidly 3 or 5 times to activate SOS. You can usually choose how many presses here. Just like with iPhone, adding emergency contacts is vital. This is who your phone will text with your location after calling for help. Tap Emergency Contacts and then Add Contact. Select your children, a neighbor, or anyone who can quickly respond. You can usually add several contacts. They'll receive a message with your location if you activate SOS. Android also has a place for your medical information. This is incredibly useful for first responders. Tap Medical Info, and then you can add things like your blood type, allergies, medications, and existing medical conditions. This information can be viewed by emergency personnel even if your phone is locked. Remember to save your changes when you're done. For emergency SOS to work effectively, especially sending your location, your phone needs location services turned on. Don't worry, this doesn't mean everyone is tracking you. It just helps in an emergency. You can usually find location in your phone's quick settings or under location in your main settings menu. Make sure it's enabled. So you've set it up. Now what actually happens if you activate emergency SOS? First, your phone will usually make a loud siren sound. This is to alert anyone nearby and to confirm you've triggered it. Then, it will automatically call 911 or your local emergency number. You don't need to speak if you can't. The dispatcher will hear silence and can often dispatch help based on your location. After the call to emergency services, your phone will send a text message to your designated emergency contacts, letting them know you've activated SOS and providing your precise location. Now, you might be thinking, how do I know this works without accidentally calling 911? That's a great question. What you can do is practice the physical motion of pressing the buttons without actually holding them down for the full duration or pressing them the exact number of times. For example, if it's call with hold, just briefly press and release. If it's 5 presses, just press it 2 or 3 times to get the feel. This builds muscle memory without triggering a real emergency call. What if my phone is old? Most smartphones made in the last 5 to 7 years will have some form of emergency SOS. If you're unsure, ask a tech-savvy family member or visit your phone's official support website. What if I accidentally trigger it? If you do, simply cancel the call during the countdown or tell the dispatcher it was an accident. They understand it happens. Speaking of safety, many smartwatches, like Apple Watch or newer Samsung Galaxy watches, have a feature called fall detection. If your watch detects a hard fall and you don't respond, it can automatically call emergency services and your contacts. This is another incredible layer of safety. Check your smartwatch's settings for fall detection and ensure it's turned on, especially if you live alone or spend time away from others. Beyond SOS, your phone's voice assistant, Siri on iPhone, Google Assistant on Android, can also be a lifeline. You can set up, "Hey Siri, call 911," or "Hey Google, call emergency services." Practice these phrases. You can also use them for everyday help, like, "Hey Google, remind me to take my pills," or "Siri, call my daughter." They are your personal assistants for safety and convenience. It's a good idea to review your emergency SOS settings every few months, or if you get a new phone. Make sure your emergency contacts are up to date. People's numbers change, or you might want to add someone new. Just a quick check can ensure your safety net is always in place. Let's go back to our story from the beginning. Remember Mrs. Hallen? She fainted in her kitchen. Her new smartphone, which her grandson helped her set up, had emergency SOS activated. When she fell, her phone detected the sudden movement and, combined with the lack of response, automatically triggered the SOS. Within minutes, emergency services were alerted and her son received a text with her exact address. Help arrived swiftly, and Mrs. Helen was perfectly fine, a little shaken, but safe, all thanks to this simple setting. This isn't just about your safety. Think about your friends, your neighbors, your senior community. How many of them know about this feature? How many have it turned off without realizing it? Sharing this video, or even just explaining this setting to another senior, could literally save a life. It's about empowering our community with knowledge. Not everyone has the latest tech, and that's perfectly okay. If you don't have a smartphone or smartwatch, consider looking into personal alert systems, sometimes called medical alert pendants. These are devices designed specifically for emergencies and can be a fantastic option for those who prefer simpler technology. Many of these